Hi, everyone. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about going to therapy and doing like evaluations, mental health evaluations. And I would like to actually give you guys my testimony of some things that happened to me. Um, a couple of years ago, I was struggling and I was thinking that basically I was going through a breakdown, like a midlife crisis. I was in college. I was struggling in college and was just thinking maybe I had needed to go speak with someone to pretty much get an evaluation, get checked out. I went in to a mental health hospital, just basic everyday routine. The place was located in my community. When I entered in, I was immediately Baker acted. They told me they weren't going to release me for 3 days. I'm like, hold on. That's a little bit odd, because I just came here to just, speak with someone and see what was going on. I thought nothing of it. Um, I can honestly say I was released 3 days later. Upon my release, that 3 days later, I was told to sign a document. Um, a e-document, but they didn't read it to me or anything. I was just told to sign it and they were releasing me. That same hospital started harassing me. Um, they would use local law enforcement to somewhat find ways to Baker Act me, harass me. Several different things happened. I remember being Baker acted for no reason. Like I'm just sitting on the porch and they would just come pick me up and Baker acted me because I voluntarily went to go and get checked out, So for me, I hear a lot of people say, okay, mental health evaluations and mental health hospitals is a great thing to do. But when you start seeing people use that against you, and you're the type of person you're like, look, I just wanted to make sure that I was okay. And when I got there with everything I saw, I mean, I saw somebody masturbate in front of me. Um, Seriously, masturbate in front of me, just like out of the blue in the middle of nowhere, just start masturbating. Um, I was appalled. I was eating the food and almost felt unconscious because of the drugs that was in it. Um, it was so many different things that happened, and I mean, all I ate was an orange, and it was amazing. And then the deception they used. I remember saying I wanted to call my mom to bring me food. Instead of them letting my mother bring me food, they give me food and thought that they were getting away with it. It was a lot of different things that made me know never to really trust therapists or psychiatric doctors. And then after like the targeting and the harassment where my children was removed from my care because they said that I was mentally unstable. My two sons was removed from my care and taken through so many different mental health dark psychology crap that they did. I remember them actually admitting my two sons into a mental health hospital as well, and these kids never had anything wrong with them, and seeking legal suit in a community that cares nothing about the people at all. I didn't know half of the things that I knew. I remember like hearing stories, but not really knowing the truth of it, like children being removed from women without their permission. Um, all of this was connected to that same mental health hospital where they always have that safe haven sign up and know that they're not safe, telling people about my experience of mental health assault and abuse What's the biggest thing? Because I know I never had like mental health issues or never really had that struggle. But, you know, when you start to question certain things, I say, okay, well, maybe it's time to go see someone and ask questions, get to the root of things, because a lot of times things are deeply in you. And that's what I chose to do. But I didn't know how things are knitted together to abuse people and to get things to abuse our people as bad as they do. I remember realizing that my community, how we are so boastful about being black, and I'm very proud about my culture, my people, and everything. And to know that it was my own people doing this, I never seen my people in that light, and then to see Caucasian people and a multitude of different cultures connected with it. It wasn't just like it was like a culture shock for me, because certain people I held the utmost respect for, but I knew something was wrong, you know, and I wasn't really able to vocalize that to people, you know, about the abuse that I sustained, from law enforcement, from the mental health facilities and stuff like that, and the abuse my children sustained from them, and they had no regards for it, and then seeking justice within a legal system that had no justice in it. I'm still appealing so many different things. I'm still fighting so many different things. And I'm like, all of this happened from me just saying, hey, maybe there's something wrong with me, when there wasn't. You know, it was other things trying to impact, attack, and assault me as a person. So, and try to make themselves valuable. I couldn't tell you how many times I had people in my life try to make themselves valuable over me. And the biggest thing is, for me, a type of person that admires and respect all people that are a contribution to my life and everything. I'm always thankful for those people that are my motivators, my inspiration, people that really try to bring out the best in me by not doing negative things or not trying to be all that, but just saying, hey, I see more in you. These people inspire me so much, and being that type of person, and then coming around a group of people that want to make themselves greater than me by belittling and taking me down to nothing, by impacting my life so negatively and doing certain negative things that to try to make themselves seem like they're of importance. And even with them doing it, I could tell like they felt even worse, because for some weird reason, no matter how important they try to make themselves be, they had to do more to try to make themselves even more important. You know, all of this played because of me just going saying, hey, I need to talk to someone. And I became the victim by just going to mental health place, and I know a lot of now our black women are now going and saying, hey, we need to talk to people, we need to see what's going on, we need to do this, we need to do that. And the biggest thing I want you guys to actually understand, whether you're black, white, I don't care really what color you are, the biggest thing I want you guys to understand, it is time where you take the time out and you evaluate yourself. Because I'm starting to understand that a lot of things that happen to us, we can't even really remember. It's blocked. The real bad stuff that really took place to us, that's the stuff that, is erased out. For some weird reason, it's erased out. We cannot remember the bad stuff to kind of protect and guard ourselves from these negative people, and then with them being so, how can I put it, so influential in communities, it's kind of hard to get away from them or get around them. Everybody says start your own company. You can't just go out there and start your own company and stuff like that. So a lot of times your abuser, you're being put in a situation where you have to work for these same abusers. So it's more like a slave situation, a modern day slave situation that many people are being put into, you know, because these people are well linked, well tied together. You go for a mental health evaluation, then you start noticing that law enforcement is involved in that. And, these people are involved with people in the streets, and the people in the streets are caught up in so many different things. And then this is going now to a political scale, which scares the very thought process of you. I cannot tell you, when I sat up there and I seen that they had vendor positions for prostitution in my community, I was devastated. I notified the political leaders immediately. I was like, look, these people have solicitations for prostitutes. You have young women being raped every day. Our young women aren't able to really voice themselves because now you have a connection with mental health hospitals. You have a connection with those mental health hospitals that is scaring your child because they're telling the truth. And this truth, they feel like they can silence through fear and telling these kids that they're mentally insane because they cannot point out their assailant or the suspect that actually did this to them. And then not even being given, I remember going to get a rape kit done. I kid you not. And the first thing they said, oh, we know you got a history of this. So that's the first thing they do when you go to get a rape kit. They're going to say that you're mentally insane. So this lets me know that some of our kids have been targeted already, saying that they're mentally unstable so that they can be victimized even more. And this stuff has to be looked into, but no one's looking into it. No one's saying anything about what's really taking place in our community, with our children, with us, with our people, with everything that's going on, you know. And it's no more, oh, I can go to the school and I can talk to my teacher. No, this mess is embedded in the schools. It's embedded outside of the schools, in the community. It's embedded somewhere everywhere. Sometimes your parents are even programmed to say or question the integrity of what you're saying because of the way that you're saying it, when this is really taking place. It's hard for a child to say, look, I can't really see the person that's abusing me. I can't really remember certain things that happen or key facts that's happening, but it has happened to me and I need something done about it and stuff like that. And that does wake up, okay, things are happening to you. When you get to a moment of being a little bit awake, you're like, okay, I got to seek out help. So the first people that you run to is the same people that's involved in the victimization, only creates way more victimization. So now the child or the person is mostly silent and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that's in every situation. I'm just saying that as a people now, we have to find a way to assist our people better, um, without therapy, and giving them the life skills to cope without therapy, but actually knowing how to address the alarming and alerting issues that are plaguing the United States right now today. And I realized the hard way. I mean, I always thought like, okay, this is just in my community. You know, no. When